Oh hey, what's going on everybody? My name is Kobe Scroby. Welcome back to Open Roads. Thanks so much for coming to hang out with me tonight. I really do appreciate it. If you enjoy this stream, make sure you follow the channel. Push the follow button. Turn on notifications. Push the notification button. Then you'll know when I go live. And you can also support the channel by subscribing. This will also allow you to not have to watch ads and will allow you to join my private Satisfactory server. You can do this for $5 or you can do it for free by using a Twitch Prime. The way you get one of those is if you or someone you know has an Amazon Prime account, connect it to your Twitch account and you'll get a free Prime subscription every month. You choose to use it here, join that server for free, as well as not have to watch ads. If you don't do any of those and you still want to subscribe, you just gotta wait. Maybe somebody will gift you a sub. If you talk, maybe you can talk them into it. Whatever. So, I just want to chill. So, let's play Open Roads, which is probably the most chill game I'm playing at the moment. No. Yes. It's a bit loud. Oh, wait, where are we? What happened? Oh, we left the summer house and now we're at a hotel. Where are we going? We're going to Canada, I think. What's up, Zealand? How you doing? Mom wants me to pack up my room to get ready for the move next week. It's taken a while, but I'm pretty close. Just a few things left before I can cross it off my to-do list. That was like the beginning. Wait, what? Oh. There we go. Better since I got my paycheck. I didn't get mine yet until like Thursday. I knew I shouldn't have brought my backpack on this trip. Oh, that's right. Now Mom expects me to do my homework. Well, I guess there's not much else to do. Cooped up in this hotel room. Motel room. Even better. Do you already do 2 days early? It's just, it just happens automatically. I didn't do anything to do it, but it's usually in my account like Wednesday night or Thursday morning. Probably Thursday morning. But I didn't tell him to do that or anything. Maybe it's because I've had some banks off for 2 day early pay. Yeah, I remember you saying something about that. I don't need it early, you know, like I only had like $200, and then just in case, I've got some money that I transferred to my savings that I'm gonna need for this house deal. So just in case something comes out or whatever, I transferred 200 into it to be safe. And then I've been trying to buy a new rolling chair for work, like a rolling work chair for the shop. And I haven't been able to find one that's not stupid expensive. Well, the tool guy came today and he found me one. So I bought it from him and I said, yeah, I'll give you my card, but can you just run it on Friday? And he's like, yeah. So he put my card in and then he charged me today. So I checked my account and I'm like, all right, well, it's a good thing I transferred that money over, so it's fine. House, good news. All right, so I've been working on this application that I've been talking about for like the last month, probably almost. So I finally, after I, did that course that's like 8 hours long, and I watched all their videos, scanned and uploaded all my tax documents and W-2s and paycheck stubs for the last 2 years. I did all that stuff, I turned it in. I submitted it. Then they sent it back to me. And I needed... What else did I need? I needed like bank statements and crap like that. So I did all that again on Saturday. I spent half the day doing it. I got it all done. I submitted it again. So I'm like, cool, it's in. And then Sunday I went and looked at the house, which if you want to see a video I took of it, I'll DM it to you in Discord. I don't know if you saw that message. But it's unlisted on YouTube, so you can only watch it if you have a link. But I didn't want to put it out there publicly for everybody to see. Anyway, I went and looked at the house on Sunday, and it's good. Oh, I haven't talked to you guys since I looked at the house, huh? The house is good. The problem with it is that it's kind of out of the way of will and work. It's like a half hour from here to the house and a half hour from the house to work. I mean, with no traffic. So it's not in the best location, but where it is kind of like it's kind of like a historic area, so there's like shops and restaurants and all kinds of stuff around there. And the neighborhood is kind of not like trashy, but old. You know, there's a bunch of like one-story brick houses that are old. And I didn't see anybody causing trouble. There were a couple people that had a car out like in the middle of a side street that must have died or something, and they were trying to get it running. It's really close to when I worked at the race shop. I can almost walk there. But it's on this 4-lane road, is like right out the front door. So the traffic's kind of loud if you're out in the yard. But if you go inside, the house is brick and it's got new windows, fairly new windows. So you can hear it a little bit, but we can also hear traffic here at Laura's house. Like if I'm laying in bed, I can hear cars going up and down the road. So it's the same as here, or maybe a little bit better. I just seen it. Haven't really checked Discord. Been in a call most of the day. Feel free to send it. Here, I just sent it to official. I'll send it to you too. So anyway, the house is good. Well, you'll see in the video, the downstairs is awesome. The downstairs basically, so it's one story and then it has a downstairs. The downstairs basically has a living room, a bathroom with a shower, and a bedroom. So it's kind of like a separate apartment. There's no kitchen down there. It's where the washer and dryer are. But you go up the stairs directly into the kitchen. So it's kind of like a separate apartment, really, that just you can share the kitchen. So I want to make the downstairs bedroom my office. And then there's 2 bedrooms on the first floor. So anyway, the house is pretty good. It's got air conditioning. It's got a parking spot out back and an alley. There's like a backyard. There's a decent front yard. It's got a new fence and sidewalk and everything. But again, the traffic is there. It's kind of loud if you're in the yard. Here, let me find the Zalen. There it is. Bam. I sent you two links. One's 6 minutes and one's 4 minutes, or 1 minute. It's good to hear. At least it's not as trashy as some of the. Yeah, I mean, it's not like it's not like fancy looking. It's not super trashy. It's just kind of looks like an old neighborhood. I don't know. I kind of hate there's 2 lanes going one way and 2 lanes going the other way. I kind of hate it. Like if you're in the front yard, it's too loud to be talking to people. But inside the house was fine. We stood in there and we were quiet, like shh, listen. And it was fine. So I don't like that road there, but it is what it is. I don't like that it's out of the way of coming to get Will and going to work. But there's not many options for me, you know. In my price range, I either buy some piece of crap townhouse or condo, or I pay way too much for it because the HOA is $600 a month. This place has no HOA, which is why I can afford it, and it has low taxes. So it costs quite a bit more than those other ones I was looking at. It's like 60,000 more, but since there's no HOA and the taxes are low, the payment is almost the same. The payment's only $250 a month more, but there's nothing wrong with it, you know? Like the last one I looked at, we had this big list of it needs windows. There's paint all over everything. You can't open the door to the furnace because they put the baseboard in the way. The railing to the stairs is falling off. The ceiling fan doesn't work. The other ceiling fan is wobbling. It's about to fall off. We had a whole list of stuff that was wrong with that place. This place, there's nothing. Everything's great. It has a room that's unfinished with washer and dryer, furnace, water heater, and a deep sink. And it has new windows all downstairs. It has those big window wells that if you're downstairs and your house is on fire, you can escape. There's 2 of them. So in the kitchen, there's this panel. It's a square panel, and it's metal, and it has a latch on it. And I asked the realtor, I'm like, what the hell is that for? She said, this house was built like back in 1950 or late 40s. And she said it's for when the milkman comes. The milkman opens the latch on the outside and puts the milk in there. And then you open the latch on the inside and you bring the milk in. It has like an old school mail slot like through the brick. And it's actually big enough that on the outside we opened it and there were letters in there. But on the inside there's another latch that you open. Like they weren't sticking through. It's not just a slot. It's like a receiver. So anyway, it's good. Like there's nothing wrong with it. I like it. It's got AC. It's got a place for me to park. It's got a yard in the front and back. It's got like a whole extra living room, bathroom, and bedroom in the basement. So the problem is the price is higher. So I'm gonna have to pay like $2,100 a month, and I'm like, ugh, I don't know, man. So that's kind of a problem. I don't like where it is, but it's not the worst thing ever. And having a kid, I don't love that road right out front, but there's not really much reason for him to be out front. If he's going to play, he could play in the back. What's up, Dishonest? So we looked at it Sunday, and it was good. I turned in my application, got all that extra documents and crap done. So then today, I checked my email when I get home from work. They sent the application back to me because it needs more stuff. So I open it up to see what it is. And there's like 8 different categories that all need like more statements and documents. And for any deposit over $50 in all of my bank accounts, they want me to like print it out and write like what the deposit is and who it's from, and then sign it and then scan it and then upload it to that. And I'm looking at it like, fuck, man, are you kidding me? Like, this is going to take me the rest of the week to do. So, Milkman Glory Hole. So I was like super stressed out. I'm pissed off at these people. I'm like, what the fuck, man? How the hell are you supposed to do this? And I was bitching about it. And Laura came down and helped me go through some of it. And there's a few things that I emailed to her so that she can print them out at work and then bring them home. I can write everything up on them and sign them. and then she can take them back to work and scan them, email them back to me, and then I can upload it. So we got like half of it done. After she does that, I can upload those, and I might have it done by tomorrow or Wednesday, and hopefully they don't send it back. How far back do I need to go? 6 months. 6 months for statements and paycheck stubs. And so then they added on a bunch of stuff too. They added on my Venmo account. They added on my PayPal account. They found like my TD Ameritrade, which has like $1,000 on it. They're like, did you get a 1099 for $28 worth of interest in 2001? We need your 1099 tax form for that. And I'm like, I don't even know what the hell that is. I'm at $28. I was like, I'll pay you $30 to just drop it and forget about that one, so I don't have to spend a whole day trying to figure out what it is. Oh man, I was so stressed and pissed off about that. And I can still feel it, like I'm kind of like coming down from it. 2021, I had to do taxes from, did I say 2001? I had to do taxes from 2021 and 2022. I got all those in there. W-2s. If I don't get this turned in before the 14th, then I need to put in my 2023 taxes. And if any other bank statements or paycheck stubs or PayPal statement or Venmo statement or TD Ameritrade statement or paycheck stub, any of that stuff comes, if the statement comes out before I resubmit it, I got to put all those on there too. It's goddamn ridiculous, man. I just want to buy a damn house and go live in it with my kid. Like, they think I'm trying to scam them or something? I don't understand why this is so hard. I still feel the anxiety chills. I can feel like, I don't know, the only thing I'm kind of compare it to, like when I used to paint stripes on cars, I'd have to spray the sealer, spray the color, and then I'd have to let it dry for a certain amount of time, and then I'd have to tape out the stripes, and then paint the stripes, tape the stripes, mask it, paint the stripes, take that masking off, make sure it's perfect. If it's not, then you got to tape it opposite and fix anything that's not perfect. Then clear it, and you only have 24 hours to do that. And that was so, it's so stressful, and your brain feels completely fried after working so hard on something you got a time limit on. Like, that's what it feels like. I feel like I'm just spent. I sent a text to my realtor bitching about it too. I'm like, this is goddamn ridiculous, man. I don't know how the hell I'm supposed to do this. Anyway, so we got some of it done. Laura's got some of the papers she's going to print for me and bring to me tomorrow. And then I got to write what all the damn deposits are. I have to like explain every deposit over $50 for the last 6 months that's not a paycheck. Seems reasonable going back 6 months, but PayPal, Venmo, like there's no money in my PayPal. The only thing I use PayPal for is because I don't feel like going up and getting my wallet and getting my debit card. I can just click PayPal and it's done. It just takes it out of my bank account. Venmo, same thing. It's just easier to send money out of my bank account than it is to write a check or something. It's so stupid. And even if there's $0 on all those statements, I still have to get 6 months of them and send them. Okay. Anyway, so I wanted to do something chill and relax for a bit.
Notify the blah blah blah. Be aware. Be sure. Got it.
Got it. Where am I? I'm here. So I got to go out and to the left and down the stairs, just in case this place is on fire tonight, which it might happen. Hey Palpatine. Maybe I don't know. What does this do? Hey, no, give me that. I wanted to zoom it. Fluoxetine? Hey, wait. They spelled their name wrong. D-E-V-N... D-E-V-E-N-E? I thought it was V-I-N-E. Helen, take 1 pill by mouth daily. What's it for? Fluoxetine? Should I look it up? What is fluoxetine? FDA approved for major depressive disorder for patients 8 years and older, obsessive compulsive disorder, panic disorder, bulimia, binge eating, premenstrual dysphoric, bipolar depression, as well as treatment-resistant depression when used in combination with olanzapine. Okay. So that's for Mom. Place looks pretty spiffy, so I hope you get it. But in other news, Silent Breath is pretty good for an $8 game. I saw that. I saw that on Discord, and I think I went and watched a trailer. Oh, that's how you look closer. And then I put it on my wish list. Dishonest, if you didn't see in Discord general, I said I've got a couple videos of the house we looked at. I uploaded them unlisted on YouTube, so anyone that has a link can watch them. And if you want to see the video of the house, I'll DM it to you. I sent it to Official and Zaylen so far. Conditioner is better.
Oh yeah, definitely stealing these.
I go on first and clean the hair. I heard the Rapture was canceled. Oh, because of the solar. I watched a live stream. Actually, I just looked it up on YouTube, and there was a Fox one. There was another one. Those kind of sucked. There was a PBS one, and it was pretty cool. They talked about some science behind it and stuff. They talked about this next manned mission that's going to the moon. They had Snoopy. So I got to see it. Actually, Laura showed me on Facebook. I think it's on the... what's the new telescope? The new fancy telescope? From James Webb Telescope. She just showed me this picture. It's pretty badass. It was kind of like this. I don't see the specific one. The James Webb Telescope is badass, but it was kind of like this, but it wasn't colored like that. Oh, maybe it was that one. Yeah, I think it was this one. Yeah. Open. So it's like high definition. Oh, I can't make it bigger. Reddit. Oh, you suck. Anyway. So this is the moon with the sun behind it. Look at that. That is badass. Dude, space is so crazy. If you stare at that moon right there, it looks like it's turning. Maybe I'm just going insane. I don't know. Anyway, screenshot that. Put it as your background on your phone. That's awesome. I wish I could have a redo my education and I would go do some type of space stuff.
Oh, how lovely. Dirt-flavored water.
Yes.
No thanks.
Now, is that racist towards Arabic? Decaffeinated. Oh, perfect. Arabs. What we got? What we got? What? You're just writing lines? Ooh. Read. Oh, I thought it was going to let me read it. Open it. Read it. Fine. Hey, Dishonest, you want to see those? You want to see those videos? There, I sent them in. I sent them in Discord. I could watch one in on stream, I suppose, because it doesn't show the outside. I'm trying to think if there's anything I don't want. It shows the backyard. I mean, it should be fine. I don't know. I might not even get it. I don't. If they keep sending this application, so after they accept this application that I've been working on for the last month, it's still going to take another 2 weeks for them to like do whatever they got to do with it and accept it completely. So ridiculous.
Ooh, a visitor's guide. Oh.
What? What? Explore beautiful Powhatan, where tradition and excellence meet. What was she saying? What? I don't get it. All right. Do any of you, when you go to a hotel room, do you open these drawers and put your clothes in here? Why does that one open more? Does anybody put their clothes in the drawers in the hotel room? I heard a big, long discussion about this once. Delicious. What? What was that? Do I still have the TV remote? I probably gotta do my homework, huh? Check text. Dad. Hey, Tessa Bear. Hope you had a good day. Busy with some work? Late? Oh, so Dishonest had a theory about the dad. That he's dead. And I think he was saying that it might be the mom texting. Well, it can't be because she was sitting next to the mom in the car when she was texting her dad. But it's possible it could be somebody else. Like it could be her aunt. The rich aunt that kind of seems like they don't like. Hope you had a good day. Busy with some work late tonight. But we'll talk to you tomorrow. Thinking of you always, Dad. Text Dad. Text Francine. Put back phone. Text. What did Dad say? Talk to you tomorrow? Text Francine. Hey Frankie, we survived the abandoned summer home. And how haunted was it? Very. OMG. How many ghosts did you see? Nothing but ghosts. The place was packed full of them. Damn, I want to see a ghost. Speaking of spooky, how did your mom react to you telling her about Nevada? Oh, she didn't tell her yet. Shut up! I didn't tell her. Why are you so obsessed with that? You need to tell her. What if she doesn't let you go? I'm gonna. And she will let me go. You know, on this phone, it's probably harder to type an ampersand, the and symbol, than it is to just write and. To just let me go. Just do it now. Okay, I will when it's the right time. When? I don't know. So, did you find what you were looking for? Yes and no. We're heading up to Canada tomorrow. What? Yeah, we found some stuff about who my grandpa might have really been. We're gonna see if we can find out more about him. What? He might be part Canadian? Yeah, quarter maple syrup running through my blood. Oh, that's racist right there. When I worked at the race shop, one of the crew chiefs was from Canada. And someone said A to him once, and he's like, hey, that's racist. I'll call and tell you about it when we're home. Reception out here is bad. We're in a weird little motel for the night. It's pretty cool. It sucks. It's fine. It's cool. It's old and vintage, and my mom's getting me a burger from the bar. That's awesome. Well, have you looked around the motel room? Is there any... I haven't... Like, I can read these, but I haven't seen people abbreviate any, NE, or about, ABT. House is huge. It's... The basement's amazing, right? That's gonna be my office slash whatever we want to do with the living room part down there. And check this out. In the unfinished part by the washer and dryer, there's a box on the wall that has a whole bunch of wires going into it. You put your modem in there and plug it in, and then you have Ethernet and cable going to outlets on the walls in every room. I think I told you about that before. Every room you go to has an Ethernet plug in the wall. That's a seller for me. Like, I've wanted that forever. It's awesome. I think it's gonna be perfect for me and Will sometimes. It's just a bit far away from, it's just a bit out of the way. But it's by some shopping and restaurants and things like that, so I don't know. I've never lived in, like, I worked over in that area before. Like the owner of Furniture Row, who I worked for after the shop closed, I worked for him for a little bit on his own vehicles. He owns a machine shop, like a CNC shop, and I could like walk there, but I couldn't get a job there after the race shop closed because a lot of the guys got jobs there and they didn't have any openings for me. So yeah, I wanted to put my bedroom in the basement, but Will's like, no, your bedroom can't be that far away. His bedroom's going to be up, you know, the one upstairs. He's like, no, you can't be that far away. But I like it. I think it's going to be great. Like, every other one I looked at either kind of sucked, you know, there was always something. Like the condos that we looked at were always on the second or third floor. One of them was directly, you could throw something out the window and hit a car on the interstate. Super loud. The townhouse, the one that I thought I was going to get stuck with, I didn't really like it very much, and it had a list of things wrong with it. And there was no air conditioning. But it was kind of close to here. It was kind of between here and work. So the location was good, but the actual house itself kind of sucked. So every other one had something about it I didn't like, except for the first one. The first one we looked at, I liked that one, but it's sold already. So this one's got everything. Everything but a garage. It's got AC, it's got new windows, it's got an office area, it's got a washer and dryer, it's got yards. So it's actually like a townhouse. Like they're connected, but if you watch the video, right when you come in the door to the left, that wall in the living room is shared with the one over. And the only other wall that's shared is the one behind the in the bedroom behind the kitchen. That one bedroom shares a wall with the next place. Everywhere else is just outside. It's not connected like the other one that I thought I was going to get stuck with that I didn't really like. Their townhouses in a row. And I would have this one. So all the wall here and all the wall here are connected to the next one. The only ones that aren't are the front and the back. So I can be in the basement and be loud and stuff and no one's going to hear me. Plus downstairs, the wall downstairs is like cinder blocks to the next basement. If they even have a basement over there, I don't even know. Who found this one? So this one, it's part of that land trust thing that I'm doing the application for that I'm having all kinds of trouble with. So it's part of that affordable housing thing. Oh, also it's more expensive. So I don't know if you were here yet, Dishonest, when I was saying it's about $60,000 more, but there's no HOA and the taxes are really low. So since it's $60,000 more, I can still afford it close to what I was going to be paying for the cheaper one. Because the cheaper one had $400 a month HOA. Every single place that we looked at had a HOA except this place. So I'm going to have to get like a push mower or something and run it over the lawn, you know, every few weeks or so. But it's not very much. And I used to mow a whole farm when I was a kid, so I've done this before. Sounds like it's gonna pay off. And I can either stay there. Okay, so here's a huge thing too. The ones with the HOA, even if I stay there long enough to pay the house off, I still have to pay the HOA every month, $400 a month or whatever. This place has no HOA, so if I live there long enough that I pay it off, I just live there now. You know, I don't have to pay them $400, $500, $600 a month. So it's one that I actually looked at. I looked at the pictures before, and I didn't really like it. But we decided to go look at it anyway, and after seeing it, it's completely different. I've looked at so many pictures of places, and I didn't like them. And then when I actually went and looked at them, I liked them a lot more than I did from the pictures. You know what? Sounds like it's going to pay off, you know what I mean? Yeah, it'll be... So, if I can get this damn application turned in by like Wednesday, and they actually keep it this time, I think I have a chance of getting it. But if they keep sending this application back to me to keep putting bullshit on there, then I don't know what's going to happen. Someone else is going to take it. Oh, dude, I'm so mentally exhausted from all this stuff. I just sat here for a while just staring. Okay. Well, have a look around the motel room. Oh, well, have a look around the motel room. Is there anything weird in there? Probably. If I find anything weird, I'll text you about it. See, I've never seen ABT about text dad, put phone in pocket, put phone back. Text dad. Hi, Dad. What's up, Tessa Bear? Nothing, just gonna. I've never seen gonna like that. Maybe that's how people used to text back when you had to. What is it called? The T9 text or something like that, where you had to push the button as many times as you need to get to the letter you want. Nothing, just gonna cross the Canada border soon. Uh-oh, wanted to say hi. Wait, I don't think he knows about that. Oh crap, wait, go back. Wait, go back. Uh-oh. Oh, I can. Canada? Uh-oh. Oops. How is it spelled? Gonna? G-N-A. I mean, it makes sense. I just don't think I've ever seen it before. What for? We found some clues in Grandma and Grandpa's old summer house, and we think there might be more to find at another place across the border. So we're gonna check it out. Tess, are you hunting for bootlegger gold without me? Haha, maybe. We're gonna see what we find. Can't wait to hear all about, and then about ABT. About it once you're back, and to get my cut of the action. Can't wait to talk to you too. Can't wait to talk to you too. Why didn't you just put another two? I had a question. It's about you and Mom. And then also to use that ampersand instead of A&D, it seems like it would be harder to go to. Well, crap, I don't know. I don't have one of those phones nearby. I don't even know how you get symbols when you've only got 10 keys. Anyway. I feel a bummer incoming, but okay. Well, you always said Mom wanted you to leave, and that's why you're not living with us anymore. But Mom said you were the one that wanted to leave, so I'm confused. Wait. You always said Mom wanted you to leave, and that's why you're not living with us anymore. But Mom said you were the one that wanted to leave, so I'm confused. Uh-oh. She said that, huh? Well, I'd say it was mutual, kid. But I had a big opportunity out here, and I had to take it. I understand why your mom didn't want to come along, and that's okay. That's why you left home and quit Video Galaxy and everything? It's not the same without you here or at the store. Dude, this is weird. I couldn't do that. Let's say I don't know, some famous race shop or some like Chip Foose or somebody wanted to hire me, but I had to move to California. I don't think I wouldn't do that and leave my kid here to go get a job. I don't know. I guess some people would. I'm sure the store is even better without me. Who wants their dad as their boss? There. But you made the store so fun, sad face. The window displays and the Halloween costume contest and movie quote trivia. I want movie quote trivia. The new manager is just boring. Why am I not the manager? So what is your big opportunity out there? Yeah, he won't talk about it either. You know, I headed out here for a new biz venture, and I'm in the investment stage. Can't wait to tell you more about it, but just wouldn't feel comfortable till I know it's going to pan out. Well, that doesn't make sense, man. You can at least be like, hey, there's a company that is going to be big and wanted to start up, and they wanted me to be part owner to start this thing up, you know, selling chapstick or whatever, you know. You can give some details. Just want to make sure everything's perfect for when I tell you more. I don't know about that. Remember when you know, you get, I can't put my finger on it, but you just get that kind of like, that doesn't really make sense. That's not how people are. Remember when you were little and you worked on that book? You drew me for weeks and wouldn't let me peek at it till... Yeah, how hard is it to type an at sign than to just type AT? Wouldn't let me peek at it till was all done. I still got that book right here with me, and you didn't want me to see it. You didn't want me to see it till you had it all perfect. This is just like that. You still have that? Okay. Bad face. You still have that? Yeah, I'd never part with it. No way, no how. I just don't want to disappoint you by jumping the gun. You understand, don't you, kiddo? Yeah, I can't wait to hear more. Soon, I hope. Got to get back to it. Love you, Tessa Bear. Love you too. Tittle. Tittle. Love you too. Put phone in pocket. Put back phone. I'm gonna put phone in pocket. In case. See, I've played too many like horror games and stuff where I want the phone on me for when whatever happens. In class today, the topic of age came up, and I said I'm probably the second or third oldest in my class. My classmate asked how old I am. I said 25. They freaked the hell out and told me they thought I was 18. I always had the opposite way. When I was like 16, people thought I was 18 or 20. Francine wants to hear about weird stuff in here. I should text message her if I find anything interesting. Alright, well, I found a Bible. Is that interesting? Is there anything to find? Like this? Oh, okay. There's a brochure about things to do near here. I told them when I shave, I look 13, so I'm gonna shave. What you got there? Sailing, a bridge, farm festival, historic downtown. What's so historic about downtown? Mostly that it's old, I'm guessing. Wow, sounds incredible. Yeah, a lot to do before we leave. Try not to have too much fun. What? I can't tell her about the Bible? What about this? 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 And where'd the TV remote go? I picked up the TV remote off the bed. I got quiet? What did I say? What was I talking about? Oh, my mom's sleep shirt. What's a sleep shirt? At some point, adults get them. They are from a concert or a college. Which is this? My mom's college. That's cool. I don't know. I think I might go right to work after high school. My mom would explode, though. You're going to hate this. What? Your mom is right. You should go to college. You can do your ideas after. School is long. School is expensive. Yeah. Instead, I could have a pool. So it's education or a pool. Yes, and I choose pool. I will shut up, but you should go. You're too smart. You need to show them. I don't know what I was talking about that was important that I should repeat. There's nothing important. You ask about how old my classmates are? I don't think I did. I said I had the opposite where I was 15, 16 and people thought I was 18 or 20. That's what I remember. I just found some pills in my mom's suitcase. Don't text Francine about this. Let's do it. Just found some pills in my mom's suitcase. Ooh, what kind? Fluoxetine. I don't know what that is. Yeah, me neither. Maybe stop snooping in your mom's stuff. You said that. You said something else, and I thought I heard that. Mom's little helper. Okay. I don't think I said anything important. I can't even remember. I'm gonna text her about the towels. I brought my towel from home. What? My own towel. It's named Dr. Softness. Oh no, honey. It's soft. It's pretty. It's mine. It's mine. I've had it since I was like 7. Sounds old as hell. Fine, okay. Look, I don't want to use motel towels. Continue. I mean, they were just hanging here when we got here. Yeah, they just cleaned them and hung them for you. Did they? Yes. I don't like not knowing. If you want to be worried about motels, I have one word for you. Sheets. Yeah, if you're going to bring anything, you should bring your sheets. Yeah, did someone just wipe their ass with this? You don't know. I don't think I have anything else to tell her about unless I'm missing something. Oh. Let's inspect the sheets. They always look like this too. And they're like hard, stiff. Alright, I think that's it. Let's do homework, I guess. Looks like my old room. Same chairs? Yeah. Video Galaxy. Do homework? Is that it? Ooh. Never seen a ceiling fan in a motel room like this. Alright, let's do it.
Hey, it's burger time. How's that homework coming along?
Mom, what are those pills for?
How was the restaurant?
Overpriced. But I guess that's the price you pay for convenience. Here's your burger.
Thanks.
Enjoy. I'm gonna call August.
Tell her I said hi.
August?
August is the aunt.
Guess where I am? At a motel in Powhatan. Tess and I took a little road trip. She says hi. We paid a visit to the old summer house. You remember the summer house? Mobile home. Yes, it's still there. Anyway, we came away with some questions about Mom and Dad.
Oh. The burger is my rival, and I will defeat it. Let's go listen to Mom. Oh, she went in the bathroom. I can't hear what she's saying. What about here? No. Ooh, what's that? Found a note my mom wrote on a bar napkin. Uh-oh, what's it say? It's notes about her theater, like how to get more people to go. Thought a bar napkin would be more interesting. Biz must be worse than usual. These ideas are tame. We need to punch it up. We run down the street laughing, fireworks, yelling, theater. I get my plane to spell out see plays in the sky. We go to an elementary school play and boo. Better acting at Andromeda. Whoa. What? Kids bounce back. I'm envisioning the backstage mom rage. Maybe napkin thoughts win. Okay, I think I found all the weird stuff I'm gonna find. I should do my homework. Whatever, nerd. Increase turnout at Andromeda. Improve word of mouth. What t-shirts? Posters in local schools. Actors, directors give lectures. What's up, Malik? What the mom said to her aunt was sus. That's why I wanted to listen. So you think the aunt might be pretending to be the dad? I don't know. There's something weird going on with the dad, but I don't know what it is. Hey Malik, you want to see a video I took of the house that we went to see Sunday? I'll send it to you in Discord. What's that?
Do you think, could Dad have... Yeah, she's here. Hold on. She wants to talk to you. I'm going out for a smoke, back in a few.
You were just out.
Hello,
getting food.
Teresa.
Hi, Aunt August.
This is all... It's pretty crazy, huh?
Yeah, that's one word for it.
How do you feel about it?
There, I sent him to you, Malik. How do you feel about it? I think it's pretty exciting. I think it's pretty depressing. Wait, what was the question? How do you feel about what? I wasn't paying attention. I don't know what to think there.
Honestly, I'm not sure.
Me neither. It's so surreal.
I can't imagine Grandma having an affair, but I also don't think she would have if it wasn't the right thing to do.
Yeah, it seems pretty out of character, but she was an interesting person. My dad... I was still pretty young when our dad died. For your mom, I think this is all a lot harder on your mom than on me. I never really knew him.
I'm sorry.
It's alright. I've spent enough on therapy to almost be over it. Did you guys find anything out there? I haven't been since we were kids.
Nightshade? Nightshade. Did we find Nightshade? Trying to remember. Like Nightshade the plant? Oh wait, we found our old art in the house. Was in the first house. Did we find any in the summer house? I don't remember. What do you mean Nightshade? Hold on, what's Nightshade? Yeah, Nightshade's a plant. Whoa. See how pretty it is? I don't know. Your old art.
We found some of your old art. Stuff you made as a kid.
Oh, that's so fun. I was a creative kid.
Do you ever do that kind of stuff now?
Well, no, not really. Not as much as I'd like to. Although I have to do a lot of creative stuff at work. But it would be nice to get back into writing.
What about drawing?
I was a dedicated artist, but never a very good one. I'll leave the visual stuff to you. What about the house? What was it like?
It was pretty beat up.
Yeah. I'm surprised it was still standing.
I guess part of me hoped we could just move out there.
Move out there? Oh my gosh. You're breaking my heart. You'd rather live in the middle of nowhere than in Chicago?
What?
With me, in the townhouse. Didn't your mom say?
No.
No. What about Mom? Can she stay with you?
Of course, both of you, but she doesn't want to.
What do you mean?
She... Look, you should talk to her about it. It isn't my place.
Why didn't...
Oh, hold on. Work is calling. I gotta go. Love you, Teresa.
Love you too, Aunt August.
I don't know. I don't think it's the aunt that would be pretending to be the dad. Hey, I've got to help my dad with dinner. Have a good drive to Canada. Don't let the moose bite. Lo, I have vanquished the mighty burger. Clean Plate Club ate the whole burger. You didn't clean your ketchup. Do your homework. Go to bed? Did I do my homework? I'm gonna leave that on. Maybe it'll do something. Find Mom and go to bed. Did she leave anything in here? Room service. Stayed overnight in a
And
motel.
Jocelyn is looking at him, and it's so obvious that she forgot her line, and of course she did, because she only got off book a few days before, and he's just staring at her.
Uh-huh.
And Todd needs her to say it, otherwise the whole scene makes no sense, and it's dead quiet. It's opening night! And so then, she just says, "Who are you? The Pirate of Penzance?" Tess,
What?
are you even listening to what I'm saying?
Yeah, Pirates of the Caribbean. I'm listening.
If you want to just drive quietly for a while, that's fine. I can do that.
This drive is so freaking boring. I wonder what's going on with Dad and Francine. She yelled at me last time.
Wait, where's my cell phone? Did I leave it in my backpack?
Oh. Do hers. Move the mirror.
Oh no.
What?
My cell phone. I left my cell phone at the hotel.
Are you sure?
Yes, I looked everywhere. It's not in the glove box. It's not in my backpack. I don't have the charger either. I must have left it on the charger at the hotel.
We have to go back. We have to go back.
We have to go back and get it.
Tess, we have been driving for over an hour already. We are not driving all the way back to the motel just so you can have your phone for one day.
You don't understand.
It might be gone if we don't go back for it. Francine is going to be worried about me. It might be gone.
It might be gone if we don't go back for it.
I'm sure it'll be in the motel Lost and Found. We can pick it up on the way home.
Mom, we have to turn around. We haven't been driving for an hour.
Yes, we have. We left 1 hour and 18 minutes ago.
Well, we can drive faster on the way back.
I am not breaking the speed limit and getting pulled over and getting a ticket because you can't wait till tonight to get
I wouldn't have left my phone there if it wasn't for you. You were lying to me. And I was so distracted. And now you won't even go back and...
Hold on. I was lying to you? When was I lying to you?
Uh-oh. She mad now. The house looks amazing. I would love a house like that. How much is rent? I'm buying it. I'm gonna buy it. Or I'm trying to buy it. iPad kids did exist before the iPad. So I said all this already a couple times, but this is the only place I've found that has no HOA. So the house is more expensive, like a lot more expensive than the last one I looked at, but since there's no HOA, it's only like $200 more a month. Whereas if this one had that HOA, it would be $600 more. I don't know how to explain it. Like the last one I was looking at would be $1,400 a month, but since it has a $400 HOA, it's $1,800 a month, you know? But this one doesn't have it, and the taxes are low, so that brings the payment down. Plus, they're doing a $10,000 buyer concession or seller concession, so the seller takes $10,000 off the price, and then I put that towards buying a lower interest rate. So instead of a 7.5% interest rate, it's going to be like 5.5%. So that lowers the payment also, and it lowers the total amount that I'll have to pay back. You know, if you get a $200,000 loan, after 30 years of interest, you'll actually end up paying $300,000, you know? Not exactly, just for an example. So there's no HOA, the taxes are lower, the interest is going to be lower, but it's going to be like right at my limit of what I think I can pay. So I think I can get it, but money's going to be super tight. And if your money's super tight and you don't have $5 to subscribe, you can always use the Twitch Prime to subscribe for free, or see if somebody will gift you a sub. That way you won't have to watch the ads. And also you could join my private Satisfactory server. So I'm going to run a 3-minute ad break, which I should have done 14 minutes ago. That'll shut off pre-roll ads for the next hour. And Dishonest has got 3 videos for us to watch here. Is that including all the other stuff? That's just gonna be the house payment. So I still have to pay like my monthly bills. I gotta pay internet, I gotta pay electric and gas and water, sewer, trash. I don't know what all is there, but I'm gonna have to still pay that stuff. My car payment, my student loan payment, my cell phone, all that stuff. Oh, you want to know something interesting? I did a mobile speed test from my phone when I was at that house. And here, I'll read you the exact numbers. So, where's history? History? Results? Okay. So at that house, the download is 636 and upload is 95.9 on mobile data. So the difference between there and then I did it at this house when I got home, this house is 8.62 download and 1.31 upload. So I went from 8 to 636 and 1 to 96 upload. The utility shouldn't be too much. No, and I even, when I was calculating the utilities, I used the numbers from here, electric, gas, water, because I know it's going to be high. There's 4 people living here, so it's going to be higher. So I used those numbers into my calculations for that house, which is just going to be me there by myself and then Will there a few days a week. So it's definitely going to be lower. We should be completely fine with streaming, plus it's just you and Will. Oh, you want to know something depressing? We just did my taxes yesterday. So I had to get my 1099s from Twitch and YouTube for the money I've made last year. I made like a total of $170 last year from YouTube and Twitch together. And here's a 3-minute ad break now that'll shut off pre-roll ads for the next hour. What? I just muted the game and it didn't mute. There we go. That's 170 you wouldn't have had. Yep. It's pretty pathetic. But I do my best. Oh, I'm getting all the videos out. Okay. Is that more or less than last year? It should be more because last time it was just YouTube. And now it's YouTube and Twitch. So it is what it is, I guess. How to be single in 1 second.
This graphics card is also light.
Okay, wait.
Oh my
Are you
God.
fucking...
This graphics card is also light.
Okay, wait.
Dude, it looked
Are
like she
you
did that on
fucking
purpose. Watch her take her hands off of it.
This graphics card is also light.
Okay, wait. Are you fucking...
This graphics card is also light.
Okay, wait.
What did she even say? Patrick's heart is also like, okay. Graphics card is also... Oh.
Are you fucking...
This graphics card is also light.
Okay, wait. Are you fucking...
I wonder if she took it out of the box just to mess with him. Since 2 spin stealers can produce infinite energy, I've... trained to be Linus. Does he do that?
Since two spin stealers can produce infinite energy, I've attached a kinetic energy board to the stadium here with the wires on the edges here. I have the wire running to a fuse in case it produces too much energy. Let's turn the board on, and in this point, the kinetic energy that's stored into the battery here should essentially charge this phone battery. Come on. And there we go. We've got electricity, guys. We've solved the world energy crisis, guys.
Yay.
There you go. We can upscale this method to power whole cities. What was that? FBI, open up! Since two spin stealers can...
Dude, we could power the whole world off of Beyblades. Linus drops a lot of expensive hardware. Be careful, guy. Dang, look at that mouse.
So just a quick tech tip, if you ever notice that your mouse is skipping on the screen when you're moving it, all you have to do is flip it over and pop this little compartment on the back open, and then inside there's a little gumball. Just be sure not to eat it, it's super important. But you can see there's a little wheel in here, there's a little wheel up here, and when this wheel moves, it moves the mouse left and right, and this wheel moves the mouse up and down. But if you get dirt on it, then it doesn't work and it skips on the screen. So all you have to do is just reach inside with your finger and brush that dirt off, and then put your gumball back in, put the cover back on, and just like that, your mouse should be as good as new and you're ready to click some headshots again.
Yeah.
So just a quick tech tip, if you ever...
True. Did you guys do that recently? I should do that. Instructions unclear. I ate the mouse and now I only have the gumball. I ate the ball and now I don't know where to get a new one. You go to the gumball machine and put a quarter in and you get a new one. Hold on. I was lying to you? When was I lying to you? You never told me about the pills you're taking. You didn't tell me we could stay with August.
You didn't tell me we could stay with August. Why would you just lie to me and say August was unwilling to help us?
I didn't lie. She doesn't want to help. Helping would be buying the house, and when I asked, she said no.
But she offered to let us stay with her.
And I said no. There's a million reasons why that's a bad idea.
At least we'd be sleeping in a bed and not a car.
We aren't gonna sleep in the car. I'll figure something out.
Aren't you concerned? We have no plan. You have no plan.
I have a plan. Money might be tight, but it's not like I don't have a job.
Did you know you can put a boiled egg yolk as a replacement for the gumball? Can you use a real gumball out of the gumball machine? If you and Dad were still together, where do you think we'd be right now? Why are you so disinterested in my business? Why don't you like August?
Why don't you like August?
Excuse me? Where did you get that idea?
You always act like she's a pain when she's just trying to help. It's like you're jealous of her.
First of all, I am not jealous of her. It's a lot easier to make money when you live by yourself, especially if you're so far away. Your own family is an afterthought. I had to do all the work for Grandma. August just stayed in Chicago.
You're making her sound so selfish. She's not like that.
You've never lived with her, Tess. It's not gonna be like your little vacation. August thinks she knows what's best for everyone. I can't be around someone like that every day.
Wow, I can't imagine what that feels like. Do you think you're the only person with problems and the rest of us are just running around doing whatever? You're exhausting. No wonder Dad left.
Oh.
Don't bring your dad into this.
Why not? Why can't we talk about Dad? Actually talk about Dad for once. The divorce,
I don't want to have this discussion right now.
Why?
Fine.
You have something better to do?
You don't want to have this discussion? I'll just find out when I go to Nevada.
What?
When I see Dad when I go next month.
You're not going to Nevada next month.
Yes, I am. I already have the tickets.
What do you mean? With what money?
from my business. I'm going.
From your business. I can't believe you. That you would go behind my back?
If you just told me what was happening, I wouldn't have to. I wouldn't have to ask Dad to tell me the truth.
You taking off for the night? Well, thanks for stopping by. I should be back tomorrow, unless I get stuck doing that application or something. But yeah, have a good night.
The truth? Please. Oh, so that's what this is.
I was watching stuff last night. I started watching all of the Cube movies, like Cube, Hypercube, Cube Zero, and then there's a new one that came out in like 2021 that I didn't know about, so I started watching that. But it's in a different language, so you have to actually read the subtitles, which is hard to do when you're falling asleep. I've been in this chair for the last 8 hours on calls. Yeah, go do something else. Get up for a minute. Cool, man. Have a good night. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
All about, huh? You want to know what's the truth? Fine. Here's the truth. The divorce wasn't mutual. I divorced him. Your father announced he was going to Reno to become a full-time gambler and expected me to say, "Oh, sure, honey."
That's why he doesn't want to talk about it. He wants to be a full-time gambler? That sounds like it's gonna work.
Feel free to abandon me and my daughter and dying mother to try out your next get-rich-quick scheme. What kind of person would think a marriage could work with that kind of distance? So then I have to be the bad guy, just like always. He gets to run away and be the fun parent, and I have to be the mean mom and do all the work. So I divorced him. I'm sure he's just as proud of his new job as I am, and that's why you're hearing about it now. So sure, go to Nevada, ask him all about it. I'm sure he'll tell you the truth.
Not only did I lose my phone, but I got in a fight with Mom. This sucks. I guess now we're just going to sit here in silence until we get to this stupid houseboat. What a fun road trip. That was sarcastic. Sounds like the story my grandmother told me about my Grand Faja. A professional, like, full-time gambler? The Road Warrior. Complete the second car journey.
It's a dead end.
It's not a dead end. We just have to get out and walk.
Where, Tess?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out.
Well,
I
there's
think it's through
also-
here. Thanks for the help, by the way.
Look, I know you're upset. We both are. Let's just get in, see what we can find about Pierre, and get out. Before I change my mind.
Agreed.
Mother is also a redheaded Karen like the girl in the game. Well, looks like we finally made it to the houseboat we saw in the picture. Most likely owned by the mystery man. Oh yeah, that's right. There's a giant boat in the picture. AKA Pierre Latrie? Whatever we find here better be worth it. He was not a professional. He allegedly gambled and came back only for a few weeks and stole the money the family had. Well, that sounds like a good guy. Good dad. Oh man, we'll never be able to get around this fence. The image reminds me of Lemony Snicket series. I haven't seen that. Wow. Where'd all the water go? Yep, that's it. The great Jim Carrey movie, one of his most forgotten too. I've heard of it. I didn't know Jim Carrey was in it. Wow. What the heck? I can see daylight through this roof. County Sheriff Department. All docked vessels must be removed prior to October 1st, 1974 due to the scheduled completion of the St. Jude River Dam project. No exceptions by authority of El Gama Municipal Board. So they built a dam, and that's why there's no water up here? The one with the Wolverines logo on it. If you see it, please bring it back to me, Dave. Generous reward offered. Please remember, this is a shared facility for all residents who fish off their boats or the dock. If you borrow equipment to clean or prepare your catch, return it to its storage space in an orderly fashion. And if you clean your catch on the workbenches here, please clean up thoroughly before retiring for the evening. We all rely on one another's consideration to keep the fish shack in good shape. That's another example. When I was playing Moons of Madness the other day, how they had to keep leaving notes around like, do your dishes, clean up after yourself. Here's another one. Put stuff back that you take. If you use the workbench, clean it. Don't leave fish guts and crap all over the place. Why do we always have to tell people that they need to clean up after themselves? St. Jude Dam gets go-ahead. Despite public outcry, Senator Ramstein plans to move ahead on the St. Jude Dam project slated to take place in late 1975. The dam will provide energy, jobs, and land to the people who need it most, said the senator in a meeting with the press last Thursday. Others disagree. The dam benefits only the richest, said Marcia Winters, one of the protesters. In the short term, the dam's only effect will be to displace citizens and decimate local wildlife. Other protesters share Winters' concerns. I've lived off Oak Ridge Road my entire life, said one, who wished to remain anonymous. I have nowhere else to go. The senator was quick to dismiss these claims, of course. There are always problems to be solved with any new development. We're sure that the people of Michigan will be glad to have the dam once it's constructed. See dam on page B2. New Year weekend quiet. The Algama County Sheriff's Department reported an exceptionally quiet holiday weekend with no more than minor firecracker disturbances reported. Yeah, so it sounds like they built a dam and that destroyed this whole area as far as the water goes. Hold on, I could tell Mom about this.
Pierre! Pierre was here.
Looks like we're on the right track.
Ooh, cool. Do your dishes. I'll be taking that. Look closer. Ow.
Is that dried blood? Ew, 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 ew. Why on earth did I just touch that?
'Cause I could. Touching everything.
Yikes. Somebody has anger issues. Couldn't just set down the knife gently, could ya?
And she puts it back. Yeah, there's a sink like this in the basement of that house. Thought that was a key or something. Bottle opener? Crumpler Stout? Brewed and stewed in New York City Twin Parks Brewing. 750 milliliter, that's a big bottle. A hat. Well, I didn't find anything in here except for this one.
How are we supposed to get on board?
Maybe there's something around here we can use.
We want to get across to the boat, but if we try to jump that gap, we'll break our shin bones. Maybe there's something around here that we can use to get across. Put a canoe over it. That's a giant boat, man. Yeah, put this over the gap. I'm sure it's safe. Can't go anymore. Okay. How about... How about this?
This is so stupid. We're trespassing. We need to go back home.
But
What if you fall off and break your neck, Tess? Or who knows
then I
what's
die.
even in that boat? Or if the floorboards are all rotted, or
But we're already here. And the trailer home...
mobile home.
The mobile home was fine. I just think... If we go back now, what's the point? Don't you want to know what happened to Grandma? To find Pierre?
Okay, fine. You stay here, and I'll see what I can find.
No, you can't go in without me.
Don't tell me what I can't do, Tess. No matter how grown up you think you might be, I'm still your mother.
You're right. I'm sorry. We've done all of this so far together. I just don't want to give that up.
All right. We'll do it together, but I should go first.
No, I should go.
No way! What if you fall off?
I could say the same to you. I should go first. I'm not gonna let my poor, aged mother walk across a rickety bridge before I'm sure it's safe.
Let's flip a coin. Call it heads or tails.
Always tails. Mother's acting like a character from the movie.
Tails. I lost?
In a manner of speaking.
After you.
All right. Here I go.
Careful.
Not very climactic.
Not quite as scary as I thought.
Yeah, this thing is pretty sturdy. Especially for just sitting out here for a few decades. Let's hope we can say the same for the rest of the boat.
Whoa, whoa.
quite the party boat Pierre had going on here.
No kidding.
I kind of want to clean up the rest of these.
Ugh, why?
Well, they're all in the bucket except these two. Aren't you always talking about how important it is to recycle? It just feels like the right thing to do. Recycle.
Aren't you always talking about how important it is to recycle? What if a sea turtle gets caught in them?
That happens with 6-pack rings for cans. These are bottles, and this is a river. And there's no water.
Nevertheless,
Does that mean you can just... Does that mean you can just litter then? No. Are there zombies? You don't know. Oh, there's a flare gun. Alright.
dodge this.
That's it. Just like Silent Hill. Just like the swamps of sadness. What's the swamp of sadness? Check out those trees. Just like Silent Hill.
Just like Silent Hill.
What?
Oh, it's this video game we played at Francine's house. It's a horror game. She really likes that stuff.
Seriously, Tess? You're thinking about video games right now?
It's foggy in the game.
Oh.
Oh. Which you would know if you played it, Mom. Hey, I found a way in. Whoa. Dude, this would be a perfect setting right now for a horror game. Like Silent Hill. A present? Get the present. What are you doing? What? Get the present.
Oh, it's for 4 players. Sorry, Pierre.
Get the white. It's a present. It's wrapped. You're just gonna leave it there? Alright, I'm not playing anymore. I'm going to bed. Please don't go on about the silly ideas in my head. My concerns are far from silly. This affects all of us. You say we'll have everything we could ever hope for, but I'm not the one who decided to run off across the border and have silly little Helen pick up her entire life and her children's lives at the drop of a hat to follow, no matter how much money was involved. I hope for things that money can't buy, treasured friendships I've held since I was a girl, my relationship with my parents and siblings, satisfying work where I get to help people, my children to grow up in the loving company of their grandparents and their friends. These are the things you ask me to give up. And for what? Isolation? An unfamiliar place? A leaky boat? Money to spend on what? What does it matter if everything else is lost? Helen. That's Grandma, right?
You tell him, Grandma.
Yeah, not one to mince words.
All those years of writing advice columns paid off, I guess. Kinda nice that she was thinking about you guys, too. Not just uprooting your life, dumping you in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. I can't imagine what it would have been like to grow up here.
You'd have to learn French.
Sacre bleu.
Oh no, it's already happening.
Haha. Sacre bleu. Nice handwriting. Another present! Open the damn presents. What are you doing? Open the closet? Oh, come on. You came all this way to investigate this thing? You're not going to open the presents and you're not going to open the closet? You're kidding. You gotta be kidding me. A comba? I don't believe I can't pick that up.
This looks intense. What's the brushy thing for?
The brush is to lather. Wait, what? Oh, there it is. I was like, wait, how's the shower work? Date description, debit, credit, August. Cash, travel supplies, lunch postcards, etc. Boat idle on. Receipt, August. Poker at the shack. Groceries. Liquor, whiskey, wine. Charlie supplies for the girls. Crops game. Groceries, boat supplies. Life preservers. Nav, equip, horse race. Newman's track, groceries, coffee, wine. Charlie's, bedding, clothes, etc. Loan to John H. for house. Slow down. Wow, it went down. Okay. So all that stuff. And then cash. Cavaliers, whiskey, port. Port is wine. Vodka, poker, Cavaliers. Craps, poker, lunch with guys, nothing, cash, nothing. It's like it all went away.
Boy, he really burned through it.
I can't imagine just spending $40,000 on nothing.
Well, some of it was on this boat.
Yeah, seems like he really loved it.
Can you imagine Grandma living here?
Can you imagine August living here?
Maybe then she would have been a famous painter, because she would have, had to paint a bunch of stuff to make it less ugly.
For sure.
And you and Grandma would have had to fish every day.
This is a very tempting scene you're painting.
I'm imagining something like Little House on the Prairie, but on a boat.
Little houseboat on the river?
Rolls off the tongue.
Little house on the river. Coffee. 4 cents off. Can't open that one. A lot of knives around here. Robbers hit again in Porton. Local and state police are looking for a group of thieves who made off with an undisclosed amount of cash from Kleiman clothiers in a burglary Saturday night. According to the state police, the men broke into the store around 1:20 a.m. They dismantled the store safe, taking the money bag before fleeing. There were no witnesses. We're encouraging local businesses to deposit all cash to their banks at the end of each business day, said Officer Randall Weston of the Porton Police. Until the burglars have been apprehended, it's too risky to leave any money in the store overnight. Michigan State Police have set up an anonymous tip line for any information about the identities of the thieves.
The burglary ring! Mom, Grandma's boyfriend here was a bank robber. Why else would he have this?
Maybe my mother sent it to him.
For what?
To keep him abreast of current events?
Abreast?
Oh, come on, Mom. Grandma had a thing going with a bank robber. How cool is that?
Well, okay, they didn't rob any banks. It was the jewelry counters at department stores and things like that.
Department store robber doesn't quite have the same ring to it.
And it wasn't robbery, it was burglary.
What's the difference?
A robbery is when you take something from someone under duress. A burglary, you take it when they're unaware. I think.
You think?
Listen, it's been a while since I've brushed up on my criminology.
And why are they so sure it was men?
What?
It says the men broke into the store, but there were no witnesses.
True.
So how do they know it was men?
You're thinking lady robbers.
Like Catwoman.
I like it. Very cinematic.
Do you think Grandma could have helped?
Are you seriously asking if I think my mother was an accomplice in all this?
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
She had 2 kids at home, and
So?
I just don't see it.
Seems like there was a lot about Grandma you weren't seeing.
Excuse me?
Am I wrong?
Maybe not.
Yeah, that's kind of just part of our conditioning. It had to be men. No one even thinks that it could have been women. If you're talking about a nurse, it's probably a woman. Just first thought in your head. Stuff like that, you know, traditional gender jobs. And it's not like we think that way on purpose. It's just that's kind of how we've been conditioned by society to think that stuff. What was that? A lunchbox. Open it. What are you doing? Open it. Open it, girl. The bank robbers could be women. The nurse could be a man. A bottle. French Quarter. Old blended bourbon whiskey. Stewart's Special Old Reserve. Of what? Is that port wine? Aged 13 years, bottled in bond. Old Clarkson Straight Rye Whiskey. 100 proof. Oh, take it. Take it. $1962 vintage. California Bicyclette. California red wine. Dude, take that. You're gonna put it back, aren't you? You suck. A flashlight. Does it work? Turn it on. Nothing? Fine. Oh, that's like a refrigerator. What? That's cool. There's a refrigerator built in. Baker's Gold Standard Premium Pale Ale. 6%. Pretty good right there. Ding. Cavalier's Liquor, beer, wine, liquor. Mr. Lautrec, that's the guy. Grandma's guy. Address, French Quarter. Josiah Lincoln. Old Clarkson, Stewart, but that's all the stuff he bought. All sales final.
Wow. That is a lot to spend on
I didn't
whiskey.
even see how much it was.
$45?
Oh.
A lot for back then, I mean.
What? Dude. When I go... Alright, when I go, I'll get like 2, 3, 4 different like 4 or 6 packs, or like maybe a sampler that's like a 12 pack that has 4 different kinds in it. Because I can't just drink the same thing. I gotta get a few different things. And each one of those is like $10. So it's like 10, 20, 30. One of those sampler 12 packs could be like 15. So yeah, you could spend 50, 60 bucks before you know it.
Whiskey was more expensive then, too.
And then also those Viking mead bottles that I get sometimes, those are like 30 bucks right there.
Plus,
But they're also like 20% alcohol.
judging from the state of this place, this was probably a reoccurring order.
Geez, slow it down, Pierre.
I don't think he was handling my mother's change of heart too well.
With this amount of booze, it doesn't look like he was handling anything too well.
Listen, let's just get back to it. It's cold in this busted old boat.
Old? Oh yeah, it doesn't say on here. It says here 45.50. I'm taking it. I got a key. Smoking a pancake? Extra mild. That's like super extra mid. Megaphone, take that.
Attention, Oh, man, what? This doesn't work.
Attention, everybody.
Should've seen that coming.
Take it. What are you doing? There's so much cool stuff here. Take some cool stuff. Tobacco box.
Boy,
oh, that's
really
cool.
getting into the sea captain persona, aren't we? Did the boat ever even leave this dock?
No. That's cool. I've never seen a tobacco tin like that. That's just like cool stuff, like cool collectibles. No other tobacco is as rich, flavorful, or mild as Fogland Moor. Each leaf is hand-selected, and our master blenders determine the exact proportions used, guaranteeing only the finest quality product. So this is just like a tin of tobacco, and then you gotta roll it. Only for the finest tobaccos for over 100 years. And I get a smoking a pancake, and then a pipe and a crepe. Long and a blintz. Okay, so that tobacco you put in this pipe, and then you smoke it. They got some pipes at there's like a smoke store by my house. We would go and get cigars sometimes, and they've got some pipes on the wall you can buy, and one of them is actually like made out of a corn cob, or at least made to look like it. It's kind of cool. Alright, I got a key. What's the key open? Oh wait, we haven't been up here yet. Da, 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 da. Oh, unlocked door. That was it. Typewriter? Why can't I look at all the mugs? Sometimes she says stuff at random about things you pick up. Captain's quarters? Here we go. Jackpot. I've received your last letter. This is my final response. You said you did all this for me, but you didn't. Everything you've done, you did for yourself. You are the one who was unsatisfied with our home, our income, and always wanted more. You were the one who made the decision to get more money through reckless, illegal means. This sounds like it's from Grandma to the guy. You were the one who decided to run to Canada to save your own skin, without even telling me, until it was too late to do anything but follow along. I'm not following along anymore. You say these are your kids, too. Of course they are, but they're my children as well. I'm here with them every day, comforting their grief, trying to console them over the loss of their father, trying my very hardest to keep up the ruse, but I'm getting used to it, used to doing this on my own, used to speaking for myself. To live this new life, I'm regaining my footing. I'm starting to feel okay. So I guess that's it.
So I guess that's it? Grandma and Pierre went to all this trouble and then Grandma just changed her mind?
I think maybe she wasn't so convinced in the first place.
Well then, why string Pierre along like this for so long? He bought a boat and fixed up the kids' room and everything?
Maybe she just wasn't sure at first. Or didn't want to hurt him.
Oh yeah, I bet he felt great about reading this.
Oh. You say you'll do whatever it takes to make me happy. That you'll give me everything I've always deserved to have. I don't know how else to tell you this, but I think you already have. All I want now is to be left alone, free to lead this new life by my own means. Do not contact me or the children again. This is over for all of us. I think we were happy once. I hope you find happiness again, Helen. Another key!
This could come in handy.
Looks like a mailbox key.
Didn't we see some mailboxes up by the gate where we came in?
Yes. We're so good at this game. Go! Blueprints, mug, typewriter, globe. Secrets? Anything? Cabinet? You're not even gonna look in here? You're not even gonna look in here? You came all the way to Canada. Record player, booze. Door fell off. There, at least you opened this one. What? The Magazine for Men, October 1968, Gentlemen. A 12-page pictorial on the girls of Iceland. Novella Istanbul by night. By author Richard Volpe. Winter Campus Fashions. Gentleman Interviews. Director J.R. Ritter. Fiction by Rick Baker Norris and Robert Duarte. Humor by Hal Quinn and Ken McKay. That's a nice sunflower you got there. Looks like Melania? Oh. I don't know. I don't know if I know what she looks like. I know I've seen her, but didn't know.
Wow, cool.
Tess, don't touch that!
Why not? It's just as grimy as anything else in this boat. Plus, I want to find out what the winter campus fashions were in 1968.
You don't know where that's been.
It's literally been right here for 30 years.
I mean before that. Like... Never mind. And I think it was fringed jackets.
The winter campus fashions in 1968?
And patterned tights. But really? Put that down.
Anything that might have been on there is gone after 30 years. Sticky pages. Ew. A fish. Ooh, what's that? More letters. From Helen. I was surprised to receive another letter from you so soon. I think we read these out of order. A houseboat. It's a romantic thought. Living right on the water. But don't you suppose it might be a bit small? What? Small? For both us and the 2 children, including a teenager? Dude, this place is huge. This is bigger than a house. Couldn't you have written to me before making this decision? Fair point. We are still here, waiting for the heat to die down. While I'm excited to start our new life afresh, I have begun to rack up worries. How will the children react? With all they've already been through, what do you suppose my parents will think? And us just disappearing? My poor mother, she's already lost a son-in-law. Won't people come looking for us? Are you sure there's no other way? Helen. Hey, welcome back. We just found an old nudie magazine.
A letter from Grandma.
Can you imagine if my mother had actually moved us up here to stay?
I'd be Canadian.
You wouldn't even exist.
Whoa. What?
Well, who knows if I would have had a daughter if my whole life had changed back then. I certainly wouldn't have met your father.
Wow. So, this is like looking into an alternate reality. I'd like to live in another reality.
Like what?
One where we were really rich. One where you and Dad were still together.
One where you and Dad were still together? I mean, I just wish you two were able to work things out.
Well, it's not possible. There's no way to that reality from here.
Ooh, Grandma.
Wow. This is from when Grandma was really young.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen this one.
You look a lot like her.
Really? I always thought I looked more like my father.
Maybe you were just imagining things?
What?
Gilf?
Oh, you mean because he might not have been my father? I suppose I can see the resemblance now that I think about it.
You have her smile.
Does Mom look like Grandma? Hey, Grandma. Hat? Ashtray? Fish? Alright. I wonder how much of this game is actually left. Take that. She's not taking anything. Not even the letters. Travel expenses. Total $39,952.36. Grandma looked like she just got done paying rent.
Damn, 40 grand.
We've definitely found our man.
This must have been from when he drove up here. Imagine spending $6 on a steak lunch.
Or $7 for a tank of gas.
Did people just drink more back then?
Yeah, I think so. But this is a lot, even for 1968.
Opto Lake, Ontario, 1968. Received from Mr. Pierre Lautrec $3,000 in exchange for the houseboat, the Idle On. He only paid $3,000 for this boat. Did you see how big this thing is?
$3,000? For a houseboat?
Are you saying that's a lot or a little?
A little.
A little? Only $3,000 for a boat you can live on? It's a house and a boat. That's 2 whole things for just $3,000. Some people don't even have one thing.
It does seem like he probably got a pretty good deal.
Do you think the boat had something wrong with it?
Maybe Pierre just drove a hard bargain.
Yeah, I'm sure he talked someone down to get this thing for $3,000. And they're like, yeah, well, you drive a hard bargain. You got yourself a deal. Good morning. What is that? Oh, it's like a lamp. Take that. I want that. I think that's it.
Cool.
Binocs.
Nobody to spy on now.
Take those too. There's so much cool stuff here. Oh, I can look at the pencil. Cool. Oh, we couldn't go that way anyway. Ah, all right. Well, I think we're done. We gotta go to the mailbox. I already looked around here. Yeah, here. Look how big this thing is for $3,000. Look at this. There's no way. That's like 2 million. Alright, looking for a mailbox. This might be the end of the game. I don't know. We're at our destination.
Looks like Pierre tried to mail this, but he messed up the postage or something. Let's crack this bad boy open.
Wait, opening other people's mail? I don't know, Tess.
What? He's gone. He's probably dead. Oh, come on, Mom. Live a little. Pretty sure the law frowns on breaking into people's houseboats, too. If this guy was your real father, you're his next of kin, so it's fine.
If this guy was your real father, you're his next of kin, so it's fine.
Is that how that works?
I don't know, probably. Makes sense to me.
I suppose you have a point.
Let's see what we've got here.
This guy may have even been Mom's real dad. Lautrec, Box 9, Hopto Lake, Ontario. Return to sender. Unclaimed. Non réclamé. Adresse inexistant. Adresse incomplete. Moved address. Insufficient. Blah, blah, blah. Or ad breakant. To whom it may concern, I now confess my culpability for a spate of spat? Does spat have an E on it? A spat of burglaries which resulted in the theft of almost $500,000. I had worked as a property inspector for Gein County for over 10 years. At a poker game in 1966, I was approached by a man interested in trading blueprints and my knowledge for cash. He and a few others targeted department stores and other businesses that carried large amounts of cash overnight. This relationship developed and I became more and more involved. I was given 10% of the proceeds from the robberies in exchange for information on how they could evade detection from the store's security. As time went on, the stores they chose to hit became riskier and riskier. I had no way to back out of the arrangement, as they had threatened not only my safety, but that of my father's as well. Seeing no other option, I falsified a death certificate with papers I lifted from the county office. I left my wife and daughters to cross the border under an assumed name, given them instructions to follow me. They never did, and I wish that crossed out, and I regret having asked them to. What little of my stolen profits remain I have destroyed. My wife, Helen, knew nothing of my crimes until it was too late. She only went along with the story of my death because she had no other choice. She is innocent. My decision to involve myself in this series of crimes was mine alone. I ask only that you leave my wife and daughters alone. This is my confession. Leonard Lombros. So, I don't know if that's Grandpa, but Grandpa was an inspector, as it says right here, property inspector.
So Pierre was my dad?
He wrote this whole confession, but it never made it. It's been here ever since.
I can't believe it.
Well, it says right there.
No, I mean rhetorically, Tess. Jeez.
Right.
So my mother wasn't having an affair at all. Or whatever this would have been.
Not except with Grandpa's secret identity.
So my father hadn't died. When we thought he'd had a heart attack. He was just... here. On this dock. We never got to know him. He was just a car ride away. August and I suffered over something that never even happened.
So it seems like Grandpa, Mom's dad, they faked a heart attack because he had to get out and go to Canada because he was wanted for the burglaries. So he faked his death, changed his name, and came out here, bought the houseboat, and lived out here. So her dad wasn't dead, but he was trying to get away from being arrested. It kind of did happen though, didn't it? Wait, we never got to know him when he was just a car ride away. August and I suffered over something that never even happened. It kind of did happen. Which dad, mothers, or daughters? The mom's dad, the daughter's grandpa. They thought that grandma was having an affair with this guy, but it wasn't another guy. It was that the grandpa faked his death and changed his name, and it was the same guy the whole time.
It kind of did happen though, didn't it? As far as you knew, it did. You lived with that your whole life, so to you, it did.
I can't believe I can't believe he just abandoned us. All this time he was here. He gave up his family, his children.
For an old boat and some booze.
I wish I could have talked to him. Just one more time. And my mother living a lie for the rest of her life. I can't...
Maybe still alive.
I can't even imagine. I just wish I could have talked to her about it. While she was alive. I just...
Wish you could have been there for her. Wish she could have trusted you. Wish it didn't turn out this way.
Wish it didn't turn out this way?
Yeah. If we could have just... She didn't have to carry all this alone. I can't believe she would do that to us, lie to us, her whole life. Why didn't she say anything? Even when we were all grown up.
Maybe she was trying to protect you.
Yeah, maybe. August was so little. But I was old enough to know the truth. I just wish we would have talked.
So, that's it? He spent all his money, tried to send this confession, and disappeared, and he never came back? Do you think he could still be alive?
I don't know. Honestly, I honestly don't care. It doesn't really matter, does it? Either way, he's gone.
You don't want to keep going? Maybe we could find...
No, I think we've found enough.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Mom.
He pretended to die. But he really just left me, like everyone else.
I didn't leave you.
Well, maybe not yet. But your dad...
I thought you said you were the one who kicked Dad out.
I mean... Well, it wasn't quite like that. I guess... Listen. I'll give you the full story in the car. I'm freezing out here.
Yeah, me too.
Tess, thanks for doing this. For coming with me.
Of course.
And for pushing me.
I made you
to
go.
find out what happened.
Just doing my job.
I know I haven't been the best mom lately. But I am so lucky To have such an incredible, kind,
Oh, Mom.
beautiful, hardworking.
Stop, stop. You make me cry.
Just such an amazing daughter.
I love you, Mom.
I love you too, honey.
Peer pressure. Expose the houseboat because it's on a pier. All right, back to it. Don't forget to get my phone, Mom.
Hey, Mom. I was thinking about something. I wonder what Grandma would say about all this.
Good question. What do you think?
I don't think she'd be too happy. Now, girls, I hid those private things away so people wouldn't find them. I don't know why you couldn't leave well enough alone. Well, if you didn't want people to find it, maybe you should have gotten rid of it. Well, okay. Maybe I did want you to find it. A little bit.
So you asked about what happened with me and Dad.
Uh-huh.
Well, your dad, you know, was always looking for the next thing. Always had a new idea to try that was gonna fix all his problems, our problems. And for a while, it was the video store. And then that sales thing, and then he decided that he was gonna be a professional poker player.
Is that what you meant by full-time gambler?
Yeah. I mean, not really a gambler. He's not playing with his own money. It's all tournaments and stuff. They're playing as a sport.
That's kind of cool.
It's certainly, interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he's following his dreams. He might not make it, but he is going for it.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I never really thought about it in that kind of light.
I mean, I wish he could have been here, but he had a dream, and he had to follow it. I get it.
Right, my little web entrepreneur.
It's like Matt Damon in Rounders.
It's not really like Rounders. I mean, he wins a lot in Rounders, and he's a lot more handsome.
He must really like poker.
He likes it. But I wouldn't say that's the real reason he left. The split came at a really hard time. The theater was doing worse, and I was spending all my time there. Then your grandmother started really declining and needed more and more help. I think when I decided we needed to move in with her to care for her, well, being a full-time caretaker for his mother-in-law was not something your father ever signed up for. So he left for Nevada. He wanted to stay married. Said we could make it work. But by that time...
It was already over.
Yeah, exactly. I realized that this was a pattern that would never really end. Do you blame me for ending it?
Yes.
I just wish he was here. I miss having him around.
Yeah. It's hard to have a dad who just leaves.
At least I can still text him. For you...
No, you can't. You don't have a phone.
I mean, we thought he died. Which was still awful, but... I guess it was way better than knowing he was there all along, just a day away.
I'm sorry, Mom.
Thanks, Tess. I'm glad that... well... your father has faults, but I don't think he'd ever fake his own death and never talk to you again. I mean, if there wasn't anything good about him, I wouldn't have married him in the first place.
I'm sorry for buying the tickets.
Oh.
I should have talked to you first. I guess I thought, I don't know, that Dad, like, explain everything to me in a way that made sense, and that he was living some great life out there.
No, you shouldn't apologize. I'm sorry I didn't tell you earlier. I guess I was embarrassed.
Communication.
That I would have
people.
married such a ding-dong. Professional gambler. I didn't want to have to say it out loud. But I guess you can't keep running away from your problems forever.
Now I have these tickets and I don't know what to do.
Just go see him.
I think you should go.
To Reno?
Yeah. I think it would be good for you to hear his side of the story. We may not always get along, but he's not a bad guy. And you guys have a good relationship. You should spend some time with him. I think it'd be good for both of you.
Are you sure, Mom?
Yeah, I'm sure. But it's not over Thanksgiving, right?
Oh God, no. And Miss August mac and cheese? Fat chance. I'm proud of you, Mom.
For what?
What do you mean, for what? You're kick-ass. How many moms would stop packing up their house to drive their daughter all over Michigan to search for a family secret? Or run their own business, run a community theater? That's pretty cool.
All right. Maybe not the brightest idea from a financial perspective, but it is pretty cool. Thanks, honey. That means a lot. And speaking of businesses, that's pretty impressive that you made enough money to buy a plane ticket.
Yeah, it's exciting that people are willing to pay me to design websites.
Well, I've seen what you can do, and you do a great job.
Thanks, Mom.
I'm serious. When I saw your web stuff, I mean, I don't always know what I'm looking at, but I know it looks good.
Thanks.
An artist's eye, just like your grandma.
What's the
And
website
my
again?
mom. But maybe it skipped over my aunt.
Come on, her painting wasn't that bad.
The painting of the dog at the
Well-
beginning? I like that one.
I guess I always imagined that you'd go to Ford like Grandma and me. It's silly, but it's not fair of me. God knows I didn't do everything my mom wanted me to do.
Like seeing Kurt? Like doing Kurt? What?
Like doing Kurt?
I'm gonna let that double entendre pass right by me. But yeah, it's hard to let go, to see you as an adult, and not just my baby girl.
Mom.
You were so cute back then, even cuter than now.
Stop.
And you had the biggest head. Everyone said it. Everyone said, that's the baby with the biggest head.
Bowling ball head, the bowling ball baby.
Yep. And it was all your dad. On my side, we all have perfect, tiny little heads, like golf balls.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you think about the whole August thing?
Moving in with her?
Yeah, I guess it's a big decision, moving to Chicago.
Yeah, that's putting it mildly.
Would you want to move in with her?
Yeah, do it. What else are you gonna do?
It seems like a good choice. Even if it's just for a while, at least we'd have a place to stay.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
Are you worried about the theater? Or my school?
These days I'm worried about everything, but I'm confident too. Confident we can figure it out.
Yeah.
We've been through so much this last year. You've been through so much. I have to have faith that we'll continue to make things work.
Yeah. Me too.
I will say, August's house is pretty nice.
Her bathtub is the size of my bedroom.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be worth it for the bathtub alone. We should call August and tell her about all this.
Oh, hey August, guess what? Our dad really is our dad.
You can sleep easy. We're not French-Canadian after all.
Oh wait, we don't have a phone.
Whatever we end up doing, I'm glad you're with me.
Yeah. Me too.
Aw, happy ending. That's it. Well, that was fun. It's a nice little chill story game. The road less traveled, complete the game. It wasn't as mysterious and stuff as we were thinking it might be, but it was interesting, the twist of the other guy was actually the grandpa that faked his death. I didn't see that one coming. I was sussed out by those messages. I thought there was something going on with the dad too, but apparently not. He just moved so he could be a full-time gambler, which, okay. That's still to leave your family and your kid to just because you want to go be a full-time gambler in Reno. That's kind of weird. That's it. We're done. Oops, thought I pressed the button. So this one, add to finished. Uninstall. All right, so right now we've got Moons of Madness and Ghostbusters, and then I was thinking about today, don't forget Pacific Drive, because we just got to the inner zone, the next zone, and then I haven't played it since. Them and Us, I don't know. I'd like to play it some more, but it was getting kind of annoying. I'd like to finish it. I should see how much I actually have left, and I'm sure there's I'm probably like halfway through it. Cyberpunk, Mirror's Edge, Assassin's Creed. I haven't played that in months. But yeah, that's gonna do it. Oh, new languages for Hollow Cocoon. Red Dead Redemption update. Explore the frontier with bonuses on free roam events and telegram missions. Deceit 2 crossplay. Icarus update. New coziness system for a good night's sleep. I don't really look through these very often. Zaylen said that Ark Scorched Earth, the next map, is out. All right, I gotta go to bed. I wanted to at least go 2 hours, so I was gonna be late because I started a half an hour late. And then we were so close to the end of the game.
Can men get pregnant?
That I thought I need to finish this game.
You can't remove the.
I'm double late tonight. Can men get pregnant? The answer should be yes. They're looking for a yes, I think. Whoops.
Can men get pregnant?
I am.
You're pregnant? You are?
Yeah. How about a congratulations? Instead of laughing at me, you could say like congrats or something.
Congratulations. I'm sorry.
Thank you. I
So
appreciate
how
it.
far along are you?
2 weeks.
How do you know you're pregnant after 2 weeks?
My stomach's been growling more than usual, so and me and him had sex, so I think that's where it came from.
How long have you guys been together?
2 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh.
We were like a one night stand. I was finna dip, but I was like, that's my kid. I'm finna stay. So.
That's
really noble of you. We need more of that. More.
I know
men
we need
like
more
you.
black fathers.
Did you take a test yet?
A test for what, AIDS?
That too, but presumably the pregnancy test.
Oh, no.
How
no,
do you know
so-
you don't just have cramps?
No, I have a kid too, so this is the second time this happened.
So the first time you had a kid, you felt like.
Yeah, I felt the same sensation I'm feeling now.
Okay, and where did the kid come out of?
My asshole. That's
Is that
kind of
funny?
obvious, right?
Yeah, is that funny or something?
No, you're right.
Our kid's gonna be black and knees too. He's gonna be a straight
What
A
is so
student
funny
and
about-
gonna be on the basketball team, so.
Yeah, the next LeBron James.
/ Yao Ming. Black and Yao.
Okay, he just said black and ease.
Hello.
Okay, cool.
Okay, cool. Black and ease. What is happening here? New City Boots in Chicago. I saw actually down the road from that house I was looking at, there was a car with a big yellow boot on the back wheel. On this day, 6/14/22.
You can't remove the boot no more. Ain't putting it on your windshield. Try taking that off.
Watch me. That, my friends, is an alternative to putting a boot on your car called a barnacle, just to make sure that you can't drive anywhere with the car. It's held onto your windshield with really strong suction cups. And there are 3 options that you have to remove it. The first option that came to my mind was safe light repair, safe light replace. What you're gonna do is shatter your fucking windshield using a little piece of porcelain that you can get off of a broken spark plug. It should look something like this.
So the windshield won't shatter. The windshield is laminated. There's 2 pieces of glass and there's plastic in between so it holds it together. The side windows will shatter.
This.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can do the side window, but try to do it to the windshield. Show me what happens.
I guess it's not fake.
So now that the window is shattered, it'll compromise the suction of the barnacle and you'll be able to just peel it off, and then you call some companies like Safe Light Repair, Safe Light Replace. Then they'll fix it just through your insurance, so it's basically free. Option number 2, which I saw from another creator.
He didn't even show the windshield. So what if you break the side window?
Earlier today is to turn on your windshield defroster on full heat. You're gonna let that run for about 15-20 minutes. Eventually, the air molecules underneath the suction cups will heat up and start to expand. Then you can use a butter knife or a credit card or your ID to slip underneath one of the corners, and then you can peel it right off. The last option is to let the enemy win and pay whatever fine or missing installment that caused them to put it on in the first place. Stay strong and follow me if you grew up without a dad.
I want to see him use the spark plug on the windshield. It's not going to work. Yeah. Well, cool. It's late. I gotta go. Thanks for hanging out. I was pretty, I don't even know, stressed out, exhausted, angry about this whole house thing. I feel better now, I guess. I don't feel as crappy. So I'll work on it tomorrow. I'll work on it Wednesday, and hopefully I can have it done Wednesday. And if they send it back to me again, I'm going to go to their house, chop their legs off, set their house on fire, and watch as they drag their bloody stumps. I forgot what movie is that from? It's the one with Bruce Willis and the guy that played Chandler on Friends. Crap, what movie is that? Anyway, I gotta go. Thanks again for being here. I really do appreciate it. If you haven't already, make sure you follow, turn on notifications, and if you'd like to support the channel, avoid seeing the ads, and you'd also be welcome to join my private Satisfactory server. All you gotta do is subscribe for $5 or for free with a Twitch Prime. Otherwise, you have to be lucky and get gifted a sub. Let's watch this real quick. This is... Oh, no, there's no trailer. Oh, yeah, there is. This is the one that Zaylin was talking about, Silent Breath. Whoa, man. Whoa, look at that. What? A horse. So is this real footage or is this video game graphics with like a filter body cam? It looked super real. Some things don't quite look real though. Maybe it is video game graphics. I don't know, man. It looks super real. Yeah, this is not a real person, right? Your boobs are out. I hate those noises, man.
Hi, friend. I want to play hide and seek.
Oh my god. That is freaky. I better play this before I move and live by myself. Or I'm never playing it. Jeez. It's just like, okay, later. That is freaky. I mean, and the creatures, you know, they don't look real, you know, but they're still unsettling enough. Oh, this one's even longer. I mean, look at this. This looks like a real... These trees look real. This guy doesn't, but that's fine. Wow. Cool. Well, this is on my wish list. It is on sale. It's $9. April 12th. All right, I got 3 days to buy that. We'll see. Okay. Have a good night, everyone. Thanks again for being here. And I will be back tomorrow. Later, guys.
And I was like, that's cool.